Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Let me ask you something. How many headlines like the one on your screen right now did you see in the year 2022? Probably not many. Well, here's the headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP Permable predicts $23.80 price for the asset in June. So, well, I got a number of things to say about this. It's not that the price is crazy or anything like that, and I really mean it's not. But the timeline, a little skeptical. Let's just say that. I try to never say never when it comes to price action of crypto, because crazy stuff happens here, and I get it. And then there's uncertainty what happens with the conclusion of the SEC v. Ripple case, but we'll break it down. But other than that, it's just fascinating to see how not just retail investors have been behaving as we've seen a market move to the upside. It's interesting how institutional level participants are also behaving differently. This year, money keeps on flowing in. This is not the type of behavior that you would expect if we were actually still in a bear market and yet to go down further. So which is why I still continue to say, unless we get some sort of wild card event or the crypto contagion actually spreads, I think we probably, just my for fun guess, would be that we already saw the bottom. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record, XRP is now at just a little bit shy of 40 cents. Bitcoin's a hair below $23,000. Market cap for the asset class a little under 1.1 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance declining a little bit to 40.57%. But people out there, oh yes, the speculators, the lovable, cuddly little lemmings out there, the retail lemmings, they're feeling fantastic. Look at this, 58 out of 100 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. That is in greed territory. And that's where we've been hanging out. We've been ranging around. So the other day, fine, technically a hair below the greed, just kind of feeling neutral. But last month, we were in extreme fear at 25 out of 100. So things never stay how they are forever. I've been saying that when we're at the depths of this last year, especially as FTX collapsed, I had zero fear for a reason. After capitulation events, if anything, those are the times to purchase, which is what I did. And now markets are way higher after that. So even if they had gone lower, I'd be like, okay, whatever, fine, because eventually you find a bottom. But when people are feeling all this fear, nope. I kept saying at some unknown point in the future, we'd be back to greed. And I didn't know that it was going to happen this quickly. But that's the beautiful thing about my investing approach. I don't have to know it. I just have to understand human behavior. And it doesn't stay anywhere forever. And it's not going to stay in greed or extreme greed forever once we get back up to there. But let's talk about this headline. The Crypto Basic XRP Permable predicts $23.80 price for the asset in June. And they're talking about an XRP community member who goes by the name Crypto Bull. I'm sure many of you are familiar. And this tweet got a lot of attention. He shared this, he said, he shared a chart and wrote, XRP chart shows price at $23.80 by June, seen almost 250,000 times at this point. So I understand why they're covered here, but what I'm saying is, it's like Crypto Bull has been saying, let's just say this, been sharing very positive messages, nothing against him whatsoever, but been sharing very positive messages consistently about potential future price action of XRP. So it's not that I think that figure in terms of $23.80 effectively getting hit at some point in the future. I'm not saying that can't happen. That actually, the price level doesn't seem wacky. It's more a question of time. And so that's why a couple of things off the bat I was going to point out here. The idea of it hitting that price in June, highly unlikely, in terms of the timeline. And I just wanted to point out, like, it's still positive. Crypto media, the headlines that they put out there, you don't see stuff like this when we're still in bear market territory. Not commonly anyway. You don't see the positive headlines. You see how much lower it's going to go. How low is XRP going to get? How many of those headlines did I share with you in 2022? So again, it's just one more thing you can look at. It's a small slice of the overall puzzle. But as far as $23.80 XRP, definitely not a crazy price. Now, look, I don't make price predictions, and I never will. But in terms of the idea of it reaching there, understand that you'd be looking at a market cap for XRP, based on the current circulating supply, of about $1.2 trillion. That's right in the neighborhood of the market cap of Bitcoin when it hit its all-time high of almost $70,000. So the idea of, are humans capable of valuing a cryptocurrency at such a level? The answer is already yes. Like, we know it's already happened, so we know the answer is yes. So Bitcoin leads the market though, and we see that type of behavior. In fact, I've got an article. I'm going to indicate that to you. It's money flows into Bitcoin from the retail side and also from an institutional level. And then at some point, money does start to throw into other large cap coins, mid cap, small cap, and then just kind of rinse and repeat here. But it's Bitcoin that's going to lead the market. Do you think that Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high by June of this year? Well, again, fine, fair enough. I'm not going to say. Let's go back to my general thought approach to this. Never say never technically. But you'd be talking about because look, if XRP is going to hit that price level of $23.80, then I would think that Bitcoin, since it leads the market, would have a multiplier effect many times higher than that. So we're going to have a new all-time high from Bitcoin by that time too, and it's going to be worth what? A few trillion on its own? Look, I'm not saying that won't happen at some point in the future, so I'm actually really, really optimistic here. And, I appreciate the optimism out there. But in terms of the timeline, I'm just sharing my personal skepticism on that. But, for sure. I mean, I've been thinking for quite some time, just the idea, because look, we're going to have, in a fully mature asset class, crypto asset class, I think you're going to have multiple cryptocurrencies with multi-trillion-dollar market caps. None of this is wacky. It's just hard for people to visualize stuff like that when it's not yet happened before. Multiple cryptocurrencies with multi-trillion-dollar market caps. But again, we have seen Bitcoin at roughly $1.2 trillion when it was at the top there. Well, I anticipate it's going to hit that again at some point and then in the unknown future, I don't know when, and then enter price discovery. So, I'm not exactly worried about from that front. And even if you're counting on the SEC v. Ripple case for, to push XRP to an all-time high, which is possible, maybe that happens, is it going to be $23? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking probably not that. It would be neat if we even got close to an all-time high, which isn't that high of a bar, honestly. I mean, you're talking about close to $4, but I don't know. But again, I will say this again too. That's a beautiful thing for me regarding my particular investment strategy is I don't have to worry about the timeline. It's just the idea of, are these the types of things that I think could happen, are likely to happen as crypto continues to be adopted? For me, I've already answered that for myself. The answer is yes. So I'm just going to wait and however long it takes for the rest of the world to figure it out. So, and you're here early too. If you're listening to this in 2023, congratulations, you've beat almost every other human on the planet to the party. Almost nobody knows what XRP is on planet Earth. It's a fraction of a percent of humans even know what XRP is. And that's great because by the time everybody knows what it is and already understands, yeah, of course it was going to work out, that's when it's too late to achieve life-changing wealth investing in it. So, we're going against the grain and most people don't even know what the hell we're talking about here. To me, that just is further evidence that there's opportunity to be had. And also, I wanted to mention this too. You guys familiar with HBAR, Hedera hash graph? This happens to be I believe my second largest crypto holding. And I actually saw my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Bearable Bull, cite that it's his second largest crypto holding, with his largest being XRP, and also my largest happens to be XRP. And I just thought that was kind of interesting. It's really not that surprising that people in the XRP community have a lot of interest in HBAR and some other coins where there's a lot of overlap. I noticed there's certain coins where we as an XRP community focus our attention. And I think it's because if you're interested in XRP, it's probably because you believe that utility matters. That was like the starting point for me when I jumped into crypto in 2017, once I recognized that, you can have a business model that's valuable that couldn't exist if not for a decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price. And I think that you guys get that too. I think that our community, broadly speaking, gets that. And so when you find a cryptocurrency that looks like it's technically useful and there are use cases for it out there, it's not surprising to see that we as XRP holders have a lot of similar interests when it comes to various cryptocurrencies. And I thought I'd just highlight this because when Ponzi scheme FTX collapsed in this past November, HBAR got down as low as 3.7 cents. The lowest I was able to snag it was at 4.4 cents, I think. And at that point, and I was publicly sharing this too, I was like, I am way down on my investment, and I was at that point. And I just made some of the largest HBAR purchases I'd ever made in my entire life. And things have bounced back up now. And so that's why I just thought I'd highlight. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, HBAR or XRP or anything. You do whatever you want. But I just, an indication, like when you see a capitulation event, it's a good time to, take note. And also regarding HBAR, I thought I'd just mention this because I know that there is a lot of interest even within the XRP community. I don't know how to express how rare it is, the number of household names, major businesses that are part of the governing council of Hedera. HBAR's got some serious support, and it's just on a level that is not common. And so we got news yesterday that Dell, yes, computer manufacturer Dell, they've joined the HBAR governing council here. And the companies are on your screen right here. Just to name a few of them, which I know you've heard of: Boeing, Google, IBM, LG, Ubisoft, and again, even if you haven't heard of all these the companies that are on your screen right now, they're more well known in certain other regions, like Shinhan Bank. I'm not expecting that a lot of people in the United States might necessarily be familiar. That's fine. I'm not pretending to be familiar with literally all the companies, but you don't see this with other cryptos. Like, even that should be enough to be like, maybe I should research this. So it's not me telling you to buy or not buy. I'm just saying this is super duper rare. And HBAR having already hit an all-time high this past market cycle of 56 cents, it's just, I didn't mind buying more as it was down, because even with XRP, mind you, I've been now holding XRP for over half a decade. Most of the time I've held XRP, I've been in the red. I've been down on my investment. And I don't care. I didn't care back then, and now for most of the last couple of years, I've been in the green. That's great. But I kind of look at it the same with something like HBAR as well. So I've been down for a substantial amount of the time that I've been holding HBAR, which is, I guess, about 2 years at this point. I've also never sold any HBAR. I just have been buying as it goes down. And I think it's all about just having a proper understanding of the time horizons necessary to achieve success when it comes to investing in crypto, because the opportunity is very real, and it's certainly there. And I have a feeling that this is going to look pretty cheap at some point in the future. And also, another reason I just thought I'd mention that, to just share a little personal information, since I don't normally do that on the channel, but every now and then happy to. My average buy-in price, because I dollar cost average into HBAR, it actually is right at about 7.5 cents. So I'm basically right around break even, maybe a tiny, tiny profit. And I've been down in HBAR for most of the time that I've held it, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with whether or not it's going to be worth way more in the future. So anyway, just thought I'd share some thoughts about how I approach investing in the crypto space, kind of just in general. The only bad news I have for you today really is that Jim Cramer thinks that things are looking pretty good. He tweeted out this yesterday. I reiterate, it is a bull market. Inverse Cramer's a real thing, guys. Inverse Cramer's real. So now I'm concerned perhaps that we're all wrong, and we're actually just going to see everything completely collapse. Jim Cramer is the worst guru, air quotes, guru, financial guru on the entire planet. He's just, in the world of like mainstream finance, it doesn't get much worse than this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He has strong opinions without doing research. It doesn't make any sense. And he's on national television screaming all sorts of nonsense, calling XRP a giant con. He's literally has called publicly XRP, of which he knows nothing about. He's called it a giant con. Wow. Why do people trust him on anything? It does not make a damn bit of sense to me. But here we are, folks. Just saying. So look, I don't literally think that means that we're going to see things move to the downside. But still, in fact, what we've been seeing, like I said at the outside of the video, we've been seeing a notable move to the upside, not just from retail speculators, but also on the institutional side, led by Bitcoin, which I'm happy to report, because this is the type of behavior that you expect to see. As the market claws out of a bear territory. Money goes into Bitcoin first, just in a general sense. So check this out from the Daily Hodl. Institutional investors pour capital into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 3 additional altcoins for 4th week in a row, coin shares. And it's mostly to Bitcoin, but again, I have no problem with that. I'm pro-Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin. I'm just most excited about XRP, frankly. And there are other coins I'm very interested in too. But XRP is my favorite for a number of reasons. And I always have a sweet spot in my heart for it. I'm very fond of it because, coming across it when I did in 2017, it is thanks to that cryptocurrency and the way that people were building on top of the XRP ledger that led me to understand why crypto will never go away. So I'm always going to have a sweet spot in my heart for XRP. And it's also the best crypto on the entire planet for payments, just in a general sense. Blazing fast, settles with finality, and it's got liquidity, which is not something you can program into a coin. So anyway, piece reads as follows, though. Digital assets manager CoinShares says large institutional investors are pouring money into Bitcoin and other digital assets for the 4th consecutive week. In its latest digital asset fund flows weekly report, CoinShares finds that institutional investor sentiment has shifted to decidedly positive, a notable change in the new year. Quote, digital asset investment products saw inflows totaling $76 million last week, the 4th consecutive week of inflows, with year-to-date inflows now at $230 million, highlighting a decisive change in investor sentiment for the beginning of 2023, end quote. King crypto Bitcoin, in step with its majority share of the digital assets market cap, enjoyed the heaviest inflows from institutional investors. Quote, Bitcoin continues to be the primary investor focus, with inflows totaling $69 million, representing 90% of the total flows for the week, end quote. And again, folks, this is what you would expect to see as we're climbing out of any bear market. Money goes into Bitcoin first. It always has historically. I wasn't anticipating that was going to be any different this time. But again, it's one more piece of the puzzle you can look at to kind of figure out, just in a general sense, where we might be in terms of market cycles, which are real. So a lot of fun times, a lot of stuff to look forward to for this entire calendar year. Obviously, as an XRP holder, first and foremost, very much looking forward to seeing the conclusion in the SEC v. Ripple case. I'm very optimistic it's going to be positive for XRP holders. No guarantee, but I am very optimistic for that. And just seeing how markets unfold, because again, outside of a wild card event and stuff like that, something completely catastrophic on a global scale again, one would anticipate that we've already seen the bottom and markets are going to be moving to the upside, not just crypto, but also traditional finance equities. So what a time to be here in crypto, as most people are still, even right now, or many people right now, too scared to be making any sort of notable purchase. Kudos to all of you for paying attention to crypto, even at the depths of the bear market, because that's the time when it's most important to be paying attention and positioning yourself. And now that we're getting out of it, you're not going to see prices this low literally forever. Even if there is another leg down to whatever, great, okay, fine. Whatever, it doesn't matter. There's so much opportunity out here. And the real life-changing wealth, for most people, it's not going to be coming from Bitcoin. There's already enough money in Bitcoin where it's like, I'm not saying you can't, but it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more money thrown in to see something truly life-changing. The real life-changing wealth, if you're investing in crypto, it's coming from altcoins, folks. And I think if you fast forward to some time in the future, even if it takes a decade to get to this point, investing in pretty much any large cap coin will no longer be resulting in life-changing wealth, at least not in any sort of shorter time frame that we've come to expect in crypto. And that's because there'll be way more money in them. But that's why it's so exciting now to be able to invest in large cap coins like XRP, which in the scheme of things have almost no money in them. I mean, you can even look at the market cap for XRP, a little over $20 billion. And obviously, since prices get bid up, you understand that means like less money was necessary than $20 billion to get it to the point where it was bid up to that. What an incredible opportunity. It's like you can still, even with large cap coins, achieve truly life-changing wealth. But that's why I keep saying, like, what a time to be alive. But with Bitcoin, there's so much more money. $442 billion market cap for Bitcoin versus $20 billion for XRP. I know where I'm happy to place my bet. And again, I'm fond of Bitcoin. I'm more optimistic for its long-term viability than I've ever been before, and that is a very true statement. But I'm not that excited about it. Are you? Bitcoin? The least technologically advanced crypto? It's just, it has the market cap it has, and it's number one just because it was first? I mean, okay. Is what it is, man. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon family sedan.